Good morning, everyone. Warm wishes to all present in the class. So we are continuing the journey of Spring Data JPA. And today we need to understand two important concepts before we conclude. Number one happens to be more on custom finder methods. And one more on the custom query. Okay. Custom query. These two things we have to see in today's class. In the last class, custom finder methods means if you want to customize at the time of retrieving the data, the concept of custom finder methods comes into picture. Yes or no, my dear friends? All of you. So what is the basic syntax for custom finder methods? It should start by find by. It is must. Find by camel case followed by the property name. Property name, this is the field name. Field name of your model class followed by keyword. Again, you can write property name keyword, we will see. And then we shall see on the custom finder methods. All right. I would like to open the application directly, and I want your support and interaction, guys, throughout. Okay, I'll open the actual workspace which we were working on. Switch workspace, it is data. Okay. Great. And I would like to reuse the project number 6 to the project number 7. Custom finder methods. I will write it as custom finder methods. Okay. The custom finder method project is ready. The skeleton, I'm going to keep it same. Dear friends, kindly see here. The view part I'll delete. I want to retrieve. If you want to retrieve a specific columns of your entire records, that is fine. But right now I don't have that requirement to retrieve the specific column. So I don't want to have this view part. I'll go to my repository part. I'll have my different requirement altogether. I would like to save this. Of course, some imports might be there, which I have to delete. All right. I'll go back to my service layer. I'm just keeping the skeleton same. Okay. What to do? We will see here. I would like to go here and delete the unused and imports. After which I'll go here and delete this. Only skeleton I'm keeping same, guys. All right. I would like to go here. Finish this part. Save. I would like to go here and finish this part also. Done. I'll go to my main class and let me just remove whatever we are not using right now. Fine. Done. So basic structure or basic skeleton is ready. Nothing more. Let me delete this part also. All right. Here is our entity on which we are working on. This is our repository. If I don't give my own requirement, I can use the predefined methods which are available in CRUD repository, JPA repository, and paging and sorting repository. Apart from the predefined methods, I cannot use anything. But Spring Data JPA gives you an option to give your own customization, for which Spring Data JPA says that I will give the implementation for your custom requirement also. Anyway, in Spring Data JPA, as a developer, you need not to take care of implementation. If you don't take care of implementation, there are some predefined methods available in the 3 commonly used interfaces. Apart from that, if you specify your own custom requirement, for that also Spring Data JPA gives the implementation, is what we have understood. Now, first part is how to give our custom personal requirement based on the application specific custom requirement to through this interface, for which Spring only will give the implementation. That's the real power here. So what is the basic syntax? Find by, you have to start with the keyword find by, followed by property name, that is field name, followed by the keyword, Yes, dear friends. And you can see we had seen, actually, I think so many keywords are there. In the last class, we had seen that these are the keywords, distincts and or. These keywords you'll understand only if you know SQL. How many of in the class knows SQL fundamentally? Whatever videos I have given you, if you have watched those videos, these words, whatever is there, I hope most of them will not create any problem. Yeah? Great. Some of the examples are also there here. Nothing difficult here, guys. So make sure, as a disclaimer from the first class, I'm shouting with all of you that don't let Java or any other prerequisite topics to create problem in the actual learning. Actual learning so far is easy, nothing special, we have done it. Okay. I'll go here and give my own requirement here. Maybe I want to find vaccines by entering some cost. So by entering some cost, if you want to search vaccines available in your table, in your records, can you use predefined methods available? I'll give my own requirement here. I will say here, I want all the vaccines. See here, guys, return type I'm giving as list. JPA return type is list. Paging and sorting as well as the CRUD repository return type is iterable. Here it is I am specifying the methods. So I have given, if you want, you can give some other return type. It's your choice. My choice is list. I want to retrieve, I want to see all the vaccines. I'll say here, find by the property name. Only property name I'll go with start with, maybe cost. Find by cost. I would like to go back here. I'll specify cost. Of course, it should be in caps by following the camel convention of a method. No keyword I'm using, guys. Without keyword also can we use is the question. I will pass here integer or whatever the price, double type of cost. Double type of cost. This is my requirement. Are you all there with me? Yes, no, maybe. Find by cost. And whatever this does, okay, let me just go here and give the implementation for the same. I'll go back to my requirement here. This is for the business logic. Just to have a differentiating factor, I'll give here as fetch, so that you should not treat that, oh, for this we are only giving implementation in the service layer. That thought should not come. Intentionally, I'm giving the different method name here. I'll go back here and give the implementation in our skeleton, which we had created already. And now it's very, very simple. I will say here repository dot find by. See here cost. Earlier it was not there. Done. Matter close. I'll go back to my main method and I will just say here service dot fetch by cost. I'll pass some cost. I'm not sure what cost we have data there. If it is there, it should give us. I will check that. Dot for each. I will say here v system dot out dot println. Guys, this time I'm not using the concept of dynamic and static projection. So if I say v dot get, are you able to see all the getters? Get cost, get ID, get vaccine and everything? Because that is what I have given there. Done. Now guys, we do have is and equal keywords. Is and equal, both of them are same. So here, find by saying property name, or find by saying property name followed by is, and find by saying property name followed by equals. All of them are same. So right now, based on this documentation, official documentation, tell me if I have to go back here and I will just rewrite this method once again. And if I say is keyword, if I say equal keyword, any difference between these three guys as per the documentation we have here? The official document, find by property name is, find by property name equals. Based on this, tell me, is there any difference between this three methods? All of them are same or different? See, guys, let the class be interactive. Those who are not interactive, I am not going to be at loss. I can write and give with my n number of experience on this training. By default, you yourself will drop from this course. You yourself will go out of the track, and I can assure you on that. So the more interaction you will have, the more you will be present in the class. Okay. So all of them are same. So there is no difference between these three. Okay. So let me go here and give this requirement. Okay, done. Save. Now I would like to go to one more application and just perform the searching that if really do we have, because I want to search for the price which we have in our records. So we do have vaccines with multiple costing. I would like to give this as my costing. Just to check with this costing, can I perform the searching? All right. I would like to go back here to my main class and I will just pass this costing here. All right. I have passed it. Finish. Now I would like to just check if I'm getting only that vaccine which is available with this cost. All of you can notice here. We could able to get the result. It's very, very simple. See? Making sense? So this is the real power of Spring DataJPA. For your own custom requirement also, it is giving you the body. Now, likewise, I would like to go here and write one more requirement. I will say here cost. And I would like to go back to the methods. We have something called as less than, equal, greater than, equal. I would like to go here less than, or you can say less than or equal. Both of them are same. Equal means if it is equal and less than that, all the prices. Only less than means it will not check equal. It is less than the price you have mentioned. All of you? Find by is a kind of where condition in SQL, right? Nothing as such, Rupan. It is for the searching. If you have put some condition, that is where the less than comes into picture and all the other things. It is nowhere related to find, but it's a requirement. I would like to go here and write less than and equal. Less than and equal. Guys, if I write less than and equal, greater than or equal, less than, all of you by default, it is self-understandable, right? I need not to specify that explicitly. I hope that much maturity everyone has in the class. I will just to have a differentiating factor. I will say here fetch. I would like to save this. Go and give the implementation. Very simple, guys. I would like to give the implementation here. Now, I would like to go here and say return repository dot find by cost less than or equal to. See, our requirement. Who is giving the implementation for our own requirement? Spring Data JPA. So I would like to go back here and invoke that method. I will just say here service dot fetch by cost less than or equal to. All the prices which are less than or equal to is what I would like to search here. All right. Okay. I would like to add this price and maybe I'll say here 5 more. Dot for each. I would like to say here, I would like to print everything as it is. Done. Now let me run the application. You can see guys, it is working fine. So maybe you want to know what medications are there who are less than this price or between this price. See here, all 3 vaccines or these 2 vaccines comes under this price, which are lower than this price in your records. It could be any number of vaccines in that case. Fine. See here, the SQL query which is generated by the Hibernate for us. Hibernate is generating this query. All of you? Any ambiguity here, guys? Not just that, you can give even further. If I have to open the official document, please here, we have something called as between also. All of them you can use. Any of this you can use. See, between also we have. Find by start date, between, whatever you want you can give. Some of the examples also. By now, since we have understood so many examples on DataJPA, things are by default clear to you by looking at these keywords. As a formality, I would like to just write this once again. I would like to go here. And I'll not say cost less than or equal to. I'll not say this. I'll say cost between. Cost between. I will say starting range and ending range. I'll say here start range, or starting cost and ending cost. I'll say here start range or starting cost. And maybe I'll say here minimum cost or maximum cost, whatever you want, you can give. I'll say here double type of ending cost. Ending cost. That's the range I'm specifying here. I would like to take this method. I'll go back to my different layers. And just to have a differentiating factor, I will say here fetch, so that you should not feel the implementation I am only giving if the method signature is same. I would like to go and give the implementation, and very straightforward implementation with respect to the JPA part. I will say a repository dot find by cost between. That's it. I would like to return this. I'll go to my main method and let me invoke, wherein I'll specify the range. So I'll say here service dot fetch by a range, starting range, and the minimum range and maximum range, guys. What range you want the price? I would like to specify the range here. Maybe between this range. All the vaccines which are available between this range is what I want to know. In between this range, how many vaccines are there? I would like to know here. And I want to print on my console because we don't have REST API right now. I cannot send as a JSON data. We will see very soon, within next 2 weeks, how to work with the JSON data or the XML. It could be XML or data. One application communicating to the another application. That is the most important part of this entire lectures. You can see here, guys, we are getting, oh, there are no vaccines between that range. I'm not able to get anything. I'll specify. But are you getting this, guys? Minimum and maximum. Yes, I would give that name. That will be more really. But look at the SQL queries, guys. Are you able to see this? I would like to go back. Minimum and maximum, actually, I'll go back here. But SQL query, look at this. cost between this and this. I would like to go back here and maybe I have to specify the reverse. The problem will be resolved. Maximum cost and minimum cost. All right. This is the minimum and maximum. But however, SQL query, you looking at how the SQL query is generating, that is more important. But however, I would like to run this application, run as Spring Boot application. Look at this, guys. Hibernate is generating the SQL query between this and this. These many vaccines are available between these range in our records. So in real applications also, if you want to know all the candidates between this age, all the candidates who have secured more than 75 marks out of 100, all the candidates whose age between this and this, all this customization happens here. Now, as a developer, are we writing the implementation for the DAO layer, guys, a repository layer, even for this type of customization? Yes, no, maybe. I hope you could able to understand here, everyone. So not just about costing, it could be anything else also. I would like to take this. I would like to go here and say find by not cost. Let's give something else also. Maybe vaccine company. I would like to search by vaccine company. I'll go back to my repository layer. I would like to specify vaccine company. I will say capital vaccine company name, whatever is the name, whether it is, if you don't specify anything by default, if you want, you can specify equals or in also, there is no problem there. I would like to say a string type of name. Okay. I would like to save this. Let me give this implementation. Go back to my service. I would like to specify for a differentiating factor. I would like to give fetch as the name. You should not feel that I am only giving the implementation for this. So I would like to go back here, add the unimplemented methods. And within this, I would like to go here and say return repository dot find by vaccine company name equals to this. Save this. I'll invoke this particular method from here. I would like to just to say here service dot fetch by vaccine company. It's my requirement and I would like to specify the company name. Maybe I want to search vaccines from this company. So in our medical shop, how many vaccines are available which is coming from this company? How many total vaccines are there from this company is what I'm searching in our shop. So let me just say here, or in our hospital, I would like to just go and print everything. Since we have overridden the toString method, directly reference variable only I would like to print. I would like to go here, right click, run as the Spring Boot application. You can see you are getting the result easily. See, one vaccine is available from this company. All of you present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Everyone? You can give any complexity, guys. It could be as complex as possible. How much ever complex you want, you can write. I'll say here, find by vaccine company. Please see very carefully. Or maybe let's go this time by vaccine name. Okay, just to have this. I'll say here, vaccine company or vaccine name. I'll go here by vaccine name. Vaccine name. Not just that, guys. Equals I will not say. I will say here in. If you know SQL, in means you can specify multiple things, right? If you know SQL, in operator in SQL, how many of you know in operator in SQL? We can specify any number of this. So I'll throw in and I'll give extra also. I'll say here and cost between. See here? Cost between. Multiple. So I'll say here, in means one object they can pass or multiple string objects they can pass, guys. If it is in, no, you cannot, Suresh. In means multiple or one? Multiple, right? I would like to give here collection. Collection means you can use any of the 7 classes of collection, guys. Any of the 7 classes of collection you can give. I will say starting cost or starting range or ending range, initial cost, minimum range, minimum cost. I'll give the suitable names here, guys. Minimum and maximum cost. Okay. I would like to import. See, this much of, like, there is no restriction on level of customization you want to achieve is what I want to say here. I will say here fetch. I can specify both here. Are you all there in the class? Yes. I would like to go back here and give the implementation for the same. It's very simple implementation of our service layer. So I would like to go here and say repository layer dot find by vaccine name. I would like to save this. All right. So let me just go back here and save this. The problem is solved. I'll go back and invoke that here. But before that, let me create one collection. I will say here collection type, string type of data inside my collection. String type of data inside my collection. I will say here vaccines name or vaccine names equals to any collection class, guys. Tell me which collection class will not allow duplicates. Can you go with this? And the highest time complexity, I would like to go with this right now. I will say vaccine names dot add. I'll say dot add. And I'll add one more. I'll say vaccine names dot add. Okay. I would like to go with the vaccine name as COVID Shield. And what else vaccines we do have, guys, in our records? I could not able to recall. I think it's not there. Let me just check. I think those things are deleted, Rupan. Okay, we have Pfizer, we have Covaxin. I would like to go back here and give my requirement. I would like to go back here and give my requirement once again. Okay. Let me add here. I would like to give here, add this. Okay, the collection is ready, guys. All right. It's not recorded. No problem. Let's go with this 2 or 3, how much ever you want. Guys, this is ready. And now I would like to say here, service dot fetch vaccine by name and cost both. Names, vaccine names I'll specify. That I am passing. Now minimum cost and maximum cost also I'm passing. I would like to take this and pass. That means double checking will happen right now. I'll say dot for each. And I would like to just to say here, I would like to accept all those vaccines one by one. I want to print on my console. Okay. Now, guys, all the vaccines whose name is this and their price range is this. I would like to check this. I would like to go back, right click here, run as Java application. I'm getting the result. Now, guys, everyone in the class who are part of this journey, tell me, have you all understood about the custom finder methods, or do you want me to take again 4 or 5 more examples, or we are done with it? Are we good to go, guys? Anyone and everyone in the class? Have you all understood? Custom query. Have you also understood the real power of DataJPA? your application specific requirement also. Do you need to give an implementation? Not needed. In the custom finder methods, name itself custom finder methods. It is only for the select operation. But whenever you are interacting your application with the database, do you think we will have non-select operation also, non-retrieval operation also, inserting, updating, deleting? Yes, it is case sensitive. It is sensitive, not insensitive. It is sensitive. Now guys, non-select operation, inserting, updating and deleting. For that also customization must be there. And for such customization, we do have an option available. Not the custom finder method. It is custom finder. It is starting by find by. Then what comes into picture? It is nothing but custom query comes into picture. You can write the query. The query can be written by the implementation of JPQL. One of the implementation of JPQL is HQL. Or you can go with native SQL query. Native SQL query. How many of you have watched the Hibernate videos? In the Hibernate videos, I have detailed taught you how HQL is different from SQL. In the HQL, are you working with the table name, column names? Are you working with the class name and property names? Class name and the field names. In the SQL, it is table name and the column names. So if you go with HQL, are you bothered about the table columns? Are you bothered about the entity class? Here we are bothered about the table directly. Here we are bothered about the entity class. If you watch, by chance, if someone is there after me telling them 10 times, maybe they are very, very busy. They could not have, maybe they didn't have time. For you fundamentally to give you idea between SQL and HQL. But to know that SQL at least is the prerequisite. Okay. JPA is the specification. One of the implementations for JPA is Hibernate. Like Hibernate, we have Top Link. We have MyBatis, iBatis. All this implementation is there. Similar to that, we have something called as JPQL. One of the implementation for JPQL is HQL. Fine. So basically, guys, in HQL, we deal with the entity class property names. And in SQL, we deal with the table names and column names directly. Now, guys, if you want to retrieve something, all the columns from table, and if it is a SQL query, what we write, guys? Select star from table name. Yes or no? Whatever is the table name. If the table name is vaccine, it is vaccine. In our case, it is vaccine. But in case of HQL, whenever you want to retrieve, right, you need not write select also. If you want to retrieve all the columns, select, you need not write. Directly you can say from table name. From the table name. Not table name, the class name, my bad. The entity class name. I will say here from the entity class name, which is vaccine. In our case, are you all there? Yes, no, maybe. Whenever you want to retrieve specific columns in SQL, how do we write the query, guys? Select the column names, right? All the column names, which is ID, vaccine name, from the table name vaccine. So these two here, they are column names. And this is the table name. Because we directly deal with the table. In SQL, we don't deal with the table directly. In the HQL part, Hibernate query language. HQL, Hibernate query language. And whenever you have a specific column names, no, directly you cannot say from. Here also you have to write select. I will say here select. We are going to write the field names, guys. Whatever field names we have, right? Vaccine name. From, I will say here vaccine. So here these are the field names, property names. Property names, also called as fields. And this is the class name. Entity class name. Very simple. All of you in the class. SQL also suppose named query, named parameter. In case of SQL JDBC code, if you could able to remember, we used to write the SQL query in the JDBC. Everyone in the class? I'll say here select the column names, all the column names which we have here, ID. These are the column names in the SQL. And then from, we used to say the table name. Then if you have extra where in operator, we used to specify this placeholders and later we used to set the values, correct? In SQL, you can give the named parameter. How these named parameters work with this, I will tell you this. All the property names from class name, entity class name, where in the operator, I can give the names here. Maybe ID1 to colon ID2. How this works practically also I will show you. Those who know fundamentals so far of SQL, have you understood how different it is from the HQL and SQL? How they both are different from each other? Yes, no, maybe. Those who know SQL, JDBC, Spring DataJPA. And I'm not sure the way you are responding, guys. Did I cover about HQL in my Hibernate recordings? I'm not sure. You guys have to tell me. Did I cover about HQL in my Hibernate recordings? Yes, no, maybe. Yes. Okay. I think I have. Great. Can we go and write the code for that? If all of you may support. And this will be the last program for the vaccine. I'm done with the vaccines. I would like to go and take some other examples from upcoming applications. Okay. I will say here DataJPA application number 8. And I think I have not shown you how to work with date and time and how to work with image. If such data is there, how to store that also I have not shown, right? Multiple tables and multiple databases we'll see at the end after the RESTful services. I will show you MongoDB in tomorrow's class. If time permits, date and time also I will show you, and how to store the images. That part we will discuss. Custom query I will give. It is custom query. I would like to create a new project which is getting ready. The project is getting ready. Custom query. And of course, it is going to be same. Coming to here, I'm going to have my own requirements. So this part will be removed here. I would like to save this. Coming to the repository part, this time, not custom finder methods. I want to work with the non-select operations also. So I would like to work with it. Done. After which I'll go back to my service layer. And this time it is different. So I would like to remove this. I'll go back here and entire implementation I will remove. I have just kept the skeleton just to save the class time. Any issues? Anyone in the class? All good so far? Yes, no, maybe. Can we start the journey here? I would like to go here and say public. Maybe the return type, it is my choice. I want a list of vaccines as the return type. Maybe I want to search for custom finder methods. Find by it is must and should. I want to search. Since we are writing the query this time, not the hibernate, we are writing the query this time. I can give any name I want. Intentionally, I'm giving search by. Search by, maybe I'll say here, vaccine company or vaccine name or whatever you want. Search by vaccine. What is the property name? Vaccine company. I'll give here vaccine company name. Company name. See here, guys, it is whatever name you want, you can give. You can give your girlfriend name here. Are you understanding? Because we are writing the custom and need not to be starting by search by or nothing as such. Unlike in the custom vendor methods, we had a requirement. You must start find by. Here, nothing as such. I would like to go back here and I will specify string type of name. String type of name. So now I will say here string type of name. I have to write the query. Whenever you want to write the custom query, we have to use one annotation called as query annotation. Query, and here you can write SQL native query HQL. I would like to go with HQL. If you want to recruit all columns, select, you need not to write directly, you can say from. I would like to go back with the class name because we're dealing with hibernate ORM. You need not to take care of a table, directly class name. From this particular, I will say here where. All of you kindly understand this. Vaccine company. Vaccine company. I'll go back here. Vaccine company is equal to, please see very carefully. I need not to say like this here. I can give the name parameter. Readability will be there. This option is available with the HQL. I will say company. Guys, if this name and this name, if both of the names are matching, no issues. Right now they are not matching. I will say here, I would like to take this. I would like to give right now here as company. Both the names are matching here, no issues. This where after where company name is equal to this. If it is not matching, I would like to go back here and write once again the same part. Right now I will give here as name. Maybe I'll give here as company name. I'll say here company name. Company name. Right now, guys, whatever named parameter you have given here, this and this, are they matching? Are they matching? If they are not matching, then for you, please remember every one of you, it is compulsory to use. It is compulsory to use. I'll go back here. One annotation called as param. Within the param annotation, you have to specify whatever name you have given here. Use of param annotation. Now in the query first example, guys, these two are matching. If they both are matching, is it compulsory to use this param annotation? No, not. Need not to use it. All of you are there with me? Yes, no, maybe? I would like to go here and write it once again. Search by vaccine company is the requirement. And I will say not just where. I will say here where vaccine. After saying this, I will say here in operator. In means you can write multiple, guys. Yes, no, maybe. All of you. In I have specified here. In. I need not to say equal to here. I will say here comma. Company 1. Or maybe I'll give the name as company 1, comma, company 2. Company 2. I would like to go back here. I'll do one thing. String type of company 1. Company 1, comma, string type of company 2. Now, guys, based on the method which you can see on your screen, writing the param annotation for this is compulsory or optional? Is it compulsory or optional? I hope you could able to understand this. Yes, no, all of you. Let's write a code for this. I would like to go here. See, my own customization here. I have given the method names, my own customization, but based on the query which we are specifying. I'll go back to iService. I will write down, of course, for me, this is not needed. Just to have a differentiating factor, I will say here fetch. I would like to save this. I'll go back here, of course, to my repository. I will collect this to have my own requirement. Let me have my own requirement, and just to have a differentiating factor, I will give it as a fetch. Yep. I'll go back here and add these unimplemented methods. Quickly, I'll give the implementation for the same. Yeah. I will say here repository dot. Can you pass two parameters to collection of string as the parameters? Yes, you can do that. But you have to give, no, in this case, you cannot name parameters we are using. I will say a repository dot find by. There is nothing as well find by. I have given it as search by. Are you able to see this, guys? Search by. I'll go back here and say repository dot search by. My own requirement, guys. Search by, it is not the predefined methods. For such level of customization also, I would like to save this. For such level of customization also, Spring only will give the implementation. That's the real power. I would like to go back here. I will say service dot fetch by vaccine company name. I would like to give only one name here, which is Bharat Biotech. So how many vaccines are available with this one name? How many vaccines are available with this one name? I'll say dot for each. And in our records, because since we have very less records, guys, how many vaccines are available with the company Bharat Bio? Only one, I guess, in our case. It could be multiple. The return type is, collection I have taken. But in our case, since we have less records, it is just one. I would like to run this. I hope you could able to understand this. Oops. We are getting one error here. To display the condition evaluation, rerun the application. Debug enabled, application run failed. Okay. Unsatisfied dependency. Vaccine service. Unsatisfied dependency set repo. Vaccine defined and enable JPA repository declared on the JPA could not create a query for the abstract. That means there is some mistake we have done at this level itself. Something is missing here. Could not create, it seems. This and this are same. And this you can specify. Somewhere, some mistakes. Guys, are you able to see this? Here extra is there. I would like to save this. Run this as Spring Boot application. We are getting that. How much our vaccines are available with the company name you have specified, you could able to get it. Fine. All of you present in the class. And same goes here. You can specify the multiple names also. We have Bharat Bio 1 and AstraZeneca. I don't know what is the other names we have in our records. Let me just run this and get it. Can we use like for vaccine names, like if the name is same, then you can. If the name is as it is, within this, anything within the double quotes is a string, Suresh. All right. I would like to go back and to my application. I would like to comment this part. I will say here. Let me write this once again. Only difference is I have to pass multiple names. That's it. I will say a comma and I would like to specify Moderna also. I would like to specify Moderna also. I would like to save this and run this. Run as the Java application. Fine. Every one of you. See, we could able to get it. I'll go and specify one last, because custom finder methods for searching we have seen. We will see non-select operation, but one last select operation I will write here for custom query. Okay. I will say here public. Let me write down here. I would like to rerun this. And of course, search by not vaccine company, guys. See very carefully, all of you present the class. I will say here, maybe by costing. I'll say search vaccines. Whatever method names you want, you can give by costing, by price or cost. This name can be anything. Intentionally, I'm writing like this, just to specify that there is no requirement, there is no specific syntax. In custom finder methods, you have to follow a specific syntax. Here it is custom query. You give whatever syntax, you give your girlfriend name here, not a problem. Okay. I will say here double type of starting range and ending range. I will say double type of starting price range and ending range. I'll say double type of maximum range, maximum price range. Okay. And for which I have to write, and I want to get the specific columns. If you want to get a specific columns, writing select is compulsory. I'll say select what and all you want. I want to know these two things, vaccine name and vaccine company name. I would like to go here and I want this vaccine name and maybe vaccine company name also, which company that vaccine belongs to. I want these two particular columns. So we are dealing with the HQL. We specify the field names. I have specified from vaccine. Where I would like to go here and say cost. Field names. This cost is coming from this. Field name we have to specify. Are you getting it? Cost. Yes, no, maybe guys, everyone. And I will not use in. Here I can use something called as where cost between operator. Can I go with between, guys? I will say between. I would like to go back here, colon. If I write the same name, do I need to use paramanitation? If I write the same name, do we need to write the paramanitation, guys? All of you? I would like to go back here, colon followed by this. Colon followed by this. Done. Saved. I would like to go back here. I would like to go back and write in my service layer. And of course, just to have a differentiating factor, I will say here fetch. And I would like to just invoke this method here. Okay. I have to first write the implementation. Implementation is very straightforward here. I'm not writing any extra business logic for now. I will say here repository dot. I will say find all search by cost. Done. I'll go and invoke this method, guys. In my main method class, I would like to comment this up and say here search. I will say service dot search or fetch here, because anyway I have changed the name. Fetch starting range. This, let it be the starting range. I would like to copy from here and go here and write it down. And this, let it be the maximum range I'm searching on. Okay. I will say dot for each. Guys, this time, am I getting all the columns of a record or am I getting the specific records? Am I getting all the columns or only specific? Only specific. I hope you could able to understand that. I will say v dot get. I will say here vaccine name. If you get other, you will get the null value. I will say v dot get vaccine company. I would like to save this. Let me run this application. Have you got fundamental idea about the custom query methods, everyone? Now let's write it. Okay, there is an exception here. See, we are getting, guys, query is getting generated. There is no problem in the query generation. The problem is failed to convert from type object to query.com entity value. Why this conversion problem? Because query is getting generated means it is able to run that. There is no problem in that case. Some conversion issue directly not convertible format capable converting type string to type data repository. I would like to go back. Oh, my bad, guys. Here double only, correct only I have given, no? I thought I have given string as it is. It is double. Select vaccine name, vaccine column. That's also correct. Everyone? Yes. From the class name, no problem here. Based on this, the query it is generating, where the property name is cost. Based on the query, it is cost only, right? Is the query correct? Cost between starting range and the maximum range. So there is no problem in the query generation, means this is fine. Okay, the problem lies here, guys. The problem lies here. Because this time you're getting only 2 columns, not the entire vaccine object. Have you understood what did I just say? I'm not getting the entire vaccine object. I'm getting only 2 columns, which is of what type? String type. I'll go back here and give it as a string type. Because this time I'm getting only 2 columns of the record, not the entire records. I'll go back here and say that's how you have to debug. I'll go back here, not the getters. Directly I can just print. What I can print here, guys? V. Because this time I'm getting a string type of collection. Okay. I'll say dot for each. I will print my strings. Oh my goodness. I would like to just print this up. Let me run this application once again. You will be able to get it. See, we are getting it. What was the error and how it got resolved? I hope you could be able to understand, everyone. Can we go and write the customization for the non-select operation? Maybe I want to update. I will say here public. The return type, let it be integer type. I will say here update. Price by company name. See, method name I've given whatever you feel like you can give. My customization. Update the price by company name. I will say here double type of new price. And a string type of company. For which company you want to change the price. Or maybe vaccine name. That will be more realistic. I'll say here vaccine name. I'll say here vaccine name. All of you. And to write the query, you all know we have to use query, and HQL is what we are working with. I will say here update. What we are updating, guys? What is the name of the class? Class name is vaccine. Please see very carefully. Set cost is the property name. Equals to. I will say here same name as this. If same name as this, you need not use param annotation. Set price. Where Where? Huh. Tell me guys, what is the field name for vaccine name? This is the field name. I would like to take this, go back here, where the field name is equal to whatever name I have specified here. All of you present? Any problem? Whenever you are performing non-select operation, is there impact in your application, in your server, guys? Select operation means, will something changes in your server? Maybe some records are deleting or something happening in your database or server? No. But for non-select operation, you are updating. That means some changes are getting in the database. You are inserting, adding a new record. You are deleting. That has to be transactional. If you want to make that transactional, we have an annotation called as transactional. Transaction means either everything should happen or nothing should happen. Your banking transaction, guys, banking, what you do? Transaction. That means if you're sending your money to your friend, if money is getting deducted from your account, it should reach to your friend, right? Example, money got deducted from your account but did not reach. There are two parts of code here. One code is responsible to deduct the amount. One part of the code is responsible to transfer to your friend. Now, the part of the code which is responsible to deduct the amount is running successfully. But the part of the code which is responsible to transfer the amount is not working. Is it acceptable? Is it acceptable? For such, we implement something called as transaction. In the transaction, either everything should happen or nothing should happen. If money is getting deducted, it should reach to your friend. If not, money should not get deducted. Yeah. But here it is customization, right, Dilip? It's my own requirement. I am writing the query here, not by Hibernate. Hibernate, based on this, it is generating. So for which I have to make it, I'll say here transactional. I will say transactional. Are you all getting it? Everyone in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Don't take it from the Jakarta, guys. Take it from the Spring itself. Take it from the Spring itself. The implementation, take it from the Spring. Whenever you make a transaction, you also have to use one more annotation called as modifying. Modifying. That means you are modifying something. These two annotations are compulsory for the non-select operations. For the customization of non-select operation, these things are compulsory. Fine, all of you. I would like to go back here and run this application. Oh, I have not given the implementation, the remaining part, right? I'll go back here and write down. I have just for the changes, update, vaccine prices by company name. Update the I will write just to have a differentiating factor. You should not feel for this we are only giving the implementation. For that purpose, intensely I'm changing the method name in my service layer. Okay. I would like to go back here and very simple. I will say here return repository dot update. That's all. I would like to save this. Go back to my main method and let me just comment this part. I'll go here. I'll say integer type of rows affected. Affected is equal to rows affected is equals to, I will say here service dot update. Because the return type is integer, I will say if in case rows affected, if in case rows affected is not equal to 0, I will give the message system.out.println. I will say here maybe update success. Update success. Else I will say here else, or maybe I'll say number of rows affected. Okay, I'll go here and say that's fine. Else I'll say anyone. This is a business logic. Whatever you want, you can write. I'll say here, update failure. That's fine. Guys, the new price I want to give for the vaccine. The new price I want to give for the vaccine is Let me take this. I'll give it as new price, right? I'll give 64. 64. For which company, for which vaccine I want to update the price? I want to update the price for Covaxin. I want to update the price for Covaxin. Okay. For Covaxin, I want to change the price. I'm updating. Right. I'll go back here. Right click. Run as Spring application. Guys, update success. Are you able to get this update success? The answer is yes. Fine. If you want, you can search. I would like to comment this. I would like to comment this part, and let me uncomment this part for Bharat Biotech, which is for Covaxin. What is the case? Okay. I would like to run this. Right click, run as Spring Boot application. You can see the price also will be changed. See guys, for Covaxin, the price is changed to the new price which we have added. All good? Yes, no, maybe. Now let's write for delete. Can we write for delete, guys? Can we write for delete? I'll go back here and write down for the delete operations. I will say delete. Delete. I will say delete. Vaccines. Delete vaccines. How you want to delete the vaccines, guys? Maybe I'll say here, however you want. Vaccines by price range. Price range. Okay. I will say here minimum price, maximum price. It's up to you how you want to delete, or maybe delete vaccine by company name. It's up to you. However you feel you want to delete, you can delete. Are you getting it, every one of you? Yes, no, maybe. However you feel like. Maybe you want to delete everything, guys. Everything means this comes into picture. I don't want to delete everything. Let's go delete by vaccine name, okay? Not the price. I will delete the vaccine by vaccine name. Vaccine names. It will be more good, okay? All of you. I will say a delete. Delete vaccine. Only this much if you say what will happen, we both know. Delete vaccine. This much if you write, and if you don't write this, do that in your production, you will get salary hike, okay? If you are a fresher, whenever you're performing delete or anything, right, update or delete operations, don't use where clause. And if you don't use where clause, companies will give extra increment by the time you join the company. At that instance itself, you'll be getting the extra, things. Fine. All of you freshers in the class. So whenever you write the delete or update queries, don't use where clause. It is a tip and it's a good programming practice. You will be getting the good hikes also with that, okay? So how many of you in the class wants a good hike? Please do try that, okay? If you are a fresher. All right, we will use some of the predefined methods, Dilip. I would like to go back here, delete vaccines by vaccine names, delete the vaccines I'll give just for the differentiating factor. I would like to implement this. Guys, by the time since you have developed so many applications, is it not the entire DataJPA in your mind is like a boilerplate code and you are telling that we have understood now, please move ahead. We have understood DataJPA. We understood the funda of DataJPA. We want to learn something new and something exciting. Are you not getting that in your mind? That's the same old story which you have already understood. Or maybe you're feeling like, please take more examples. We do want to understand. I would like to just, all right, go here and say int is a type of rows affected. affected equals to service. Yeah, practice, because at the end of the day is development. And you have seen, guys, almost 98% of the concept from the day one, or I can say 99% of the concept. Don't you think everything I've tried to explain you by writing the code? I have tried my best to explain everything by writing the code rather than speaking something theoretically. I've never explained anything theoretically. Even in Java, guys, 99% of the concept, how did I give? I have just told you by writing down the code, including the concept of inheritance. I will say here, I would like to uncomment this and give the message record deleted. Record deleted. Delete failure. Deletion failure. Work with JDBC template and Hibernate, but Spring DataJPA is more powerful. Exactly. I would like to say here, why people are behind the Spring framework. I hope you are understanding. As a Java developer, how easy your life is with the Spring framework. That is what you need to understand. I'll see here run as Java application. You can see, guys, the records will be deleted now. Record deleted. Now, can we write the query by using SQL, by not using HQL? Can we write that? Yes, no, maybe. I will say here, okay, let me use the same. I would like to go back and say here integer, maybe let's perform insertion. Okay. Insert the new record, insert vaccine info or vaccine details, whatever you want to give, vaccine information. And I would like to accept here, please see every one of you present in the class, string type of vaccine name. I will say here string type of vaccine company, comma, double type of cost. Okay. And here I will not write like this. I will write the SQL query. Whenever you write the SQL query, right, you have to add one more attribute, important attribute, which is native query. Native query equals to true. And whenever you have multiple attributes, directly can you give, whenever you have multi-value annotation, directly can you pass the value without attribute, guys? If you have multi-value annotation, can you pass the value without attribute? No, I have to use value here right now. Usually this value can be written here also. You can write here also. But since I'm passing only single value, writing this attribute will become optional. But since it is a multi-value annotation, you are passing one more attribute. It is compulsory to pass the attribute for this also. Have you understood, every one of you? Yes, no, maybe. I will say here, insert into. Guys, right now SQL we're dealing, not the HQL. Table name or class name? It's a table name. HQL, not SQL, not the HQL. I have to open my database and check what table we have here. So let me refresh this. If I refresh, we have vaccine, right? This is the tables we have, and this is the columns we have. So the table name is vaccine. The table name is vaccine. I'll go back here and give it as vaccine. That's the table name. Getting it, every one of you? Then I have to specify the column names. Then I have to say values. And in the JDBC, don't you think we have to pass something like this? Yep. Now the column, here we have to specify the property names or column names, guys. What we have to specify there? So I would like to go with the column names. Let me open here, and whatever the column names we are setting, it is vaccine company, vaccine name, and cost. I would like to go back, vaccine company, vaccine name, and cost. Whenever there is a camel case in your property, and if you want to keep the same column name, then the column will become the with the underscore. So I would like to go back here and give it this as this. I will just say here underscore name. It is vaccine underscore company. It is cost. It is cost. So vaccine name, vaccine company, and vaccine cost. Let me cross check. Is it the same? Vaccine company and vaccine name. Okay, this is fine. But based on what we are setting, vaccine name and vaccine company. Okay, great. It's saved. I would like to go back here. Just to have a differentiating factor, I have to give a different names. Okay. Vaccine details. Vaccine details. I would like to go and implement this, and there is nothing much to implement here. And I just have to say return. It is a repository. Going forward in our development, guys, can I use Spring DataJPA without a fear? And I might use the predefined methods. But I want you to achieve the customization for all the operations which we perform. See, we have a class for 1.5 hours. We have a restrictions. I have to complete the course within next 2 months of time. Lot of restrictions. But after you understanding the concept, it's up to you how much you're implementing. One funda is clear, which you have to understand. The more code you read, the more code you write, the better developer you are. The more confidence you will get it. By understanding the concept, no one can become developer. That's not possible. If you see someone driving the car, it looks easy. Wow, I have understood driving. Unless and until you sit in the driving seat, you cannot understand that. Remember that point. That's the funda you should have in your mind. If not, gone case. I will say here. Records added. New record added. Failed to add the record. Failed to add new record. I would like to comment this part. Let me take this. I would like to write down here. Comment this part. And I'll say here service dot insert a new vaccine informations. Vaccine name, I'll give it as Covaxin because that is what I have deleted here. Vaccine company, I'll give it as Bharat Bio. And the cost, I'll give it as 4545 some cost. Okay, that's all. I would like to save this. I would like to go and run my application. Right click, run as Java Spring Boot application. Oops. Standard JDBC mutation executor exception. The field ID does not have a default value. It is expecting me to pass the ID also. Default value is not there, it seems. I would like to go back here and specify integer type of ID. I will go and specify the same in the implementation part. I would like to go and specify the same in this part. ID. I'll give it as one more placeholder. And I will accept here as integer type of ID. Is it integer type of ID only, guys? Yep. I have to pass here ID. All right. I'll go back and pass the ID and run this application. Oops. What is that I have missed? Somewhere something is missing there because same exception. Hmm. Before the name, let me go and search here. I would like to go back to my table. It is ID as it is, right? Huh. I would like to go back here. Insert into vaccine. It is ID, name, company, cost, native SQL. Oh, sorry. My bad. Hmm. Such small thing I could not see, but will create a lot of changes. Once in our batch, what happened was multiple projects was open, and I am making changes in the file of the other project and checking running the one more project, and it is not getting the result. Me alongside all the students of the class were scratching the head. 40 minutes of the class time we have wasted. We have cross-checked what is going wrong. We have Googled, Chat GPT, what not. Together we have resolved the doubt. But still we could not able to realize what is the problem. But at the end I realized that I have opened some other file, making changes in project number 2 and expecting the behavior change in the project number 3. And that happens whenever you open multiple projects in one particular console. I would like to just save this. Fine, guys, all of you. Now custom query methods, have you got the clarity, everyone in the class? Yes, no, maybe. HQL is very often used, Akash. It's very easy to deal with HQL, but SQL also, if you are good in SQL, you can write SQL also, is what I can say. Apart from two others, have you not understood custom finder methods and custom query methods? Please do let me know. Hmm. All of you present in the class, yes, no, maybe. Can we use predefined methods of SQL functions? Yes, you can. If you want, you can use that. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. We can write that also, yeah. I'll say here public. I'll say date. Get the system date. System date. Date. System date and time. Okay. And I'll go back here. I'll import it from the SQL. It's by default, not from SQL. SQL has an issue. Let me import from the util, because both date and time you cannot give. Date object of SQL will expect you to pass the time. Only then you can write it. I will write this query. Native SQL query. You should be knowing it. I will say here, select. Now is a function which will give you current date of any database, whether it is Oracle or MySQL. for which you have to say here dual. Okay. See, it's a function. I'm using it. I will just, if you want, you can just go here and specify your own requirement at this position. And I would like to go here and give the implementation. Get system, I'll say here. Okay. I would like to go back here and give this. And very simple again, same old story, repo dot get the system date and time. Return type is date and time. I'll go to the main method, and this part I would like to comment it. And I can say here system dot out dot println. I will say here service dot get the system date and time. It is giving you date and time object. I would like to just go here and run this application. Run the application. See, I'm getting the system date. I mean, date and time here. Okay. The current time, date, everything I could able to get it. So guys, more we have to understood. This is not the end of DataJPA. A little more we have to understood. In tomorrow's class, I'm going to start with the MongoDB and Spring Boot application. Mongo repository we will explore. If time permits, I will show you how to store image, date and time, how to perform insertion for such type of data. I will show you. And if that is done, then we shall start with the MVC. So before tomorrow's class, it is a requirement that if you could watch some 20 minutes of MongoDB video from any resources of your own choice. If not in our class, I will show you initial 10 minutes how MongoDB works. Is that fine, every one of you? This is not the end. The base is the end, because I want to start the RESTful services. Under the umbrella of application development and the REST APIs, I want to show the other concepts, okay? Because that is the most important part. I want to get into that, and under that umbrella, other parts we have to understand. But whatever we have discussed about the DataJPA, totally 8 applications, and including JDBC, 10 applications we have developed, it is more than sufficient to give you a picture of how Spring data segment DAO layer works as a Spring Boot developer. Fine, every one of you. Yes, no. Spring core key points are there with me. It is just missing. I will just add you within this week itself, Girish. So that's all for today, my dear friends. Thank you so much for joining me. That is, see, you can custom query also, Pramod, you can go with, or we have an option of association. Custom query or association concepts are there. One to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. Vaibhav, just give a try, no? You have application with you and write the same and still write param and see if you are getting any error. Such doubts which you can experiment, please experiment it. You will get better clarity on that, okay? I would like to go back and say custom query board work. I have covered in the Hibernate. Spring DataJPA behind the scene uses Hibernate. It is same. However, I will develop 1 or 2 applications in Spring DataJPA also at the end. Okay. If not, please remind me at the end, Pramod. Yeah, Grish, allow me, guys. Starting next 2 minutes, don't ask me any questions. Next 2 minutes, I'm not answering. I'm not even seeing your chats. Let me share these files and then you can ask me any questions. Okay. Hold on for the next 3 minutes. Let's discuss that. What applications we have developed in today's class, guys? Custom finder and custom query, right? I would like to go here, compress to zip file. I would like to go here and compress to zip file. I would like to go here and computer, compress to custom finder methods, and my computer, I want to ask custom query methods. Both of that is added. All right, guys, I'm open for your questions and I have first question from the Girish. Girish, could you please raise your hand? Yeah, Girish, you can talk to me now.
Hi, sir.
Sir.
In page object model, like we have defined a find by annotation. We will provide the XPath and all those things, right?
Where?
Web element. So when I'm calling that element dot click or something, I'm doing the operation. But if I
Okay.
want to get the element name, whatever I have provided, how to get?
That means you want specific column of a record.
No, sir, like private static web element, something like element name, login. And then at the rate find by annotation, I will provide the XPath of that login, right? So if I want to get that
We
name
will see that in
login,
the web application part. Okay.
uh-huh.
We will see that
I,
in our upcoming classes for the web layer once we discuss that. What is that requirement? Could you please specify again?
so requirement is like we created a variable, right? Variable name is login, and at the rate find by annotation, XPath is given in find by annotation, right?
Hmm.
So I want to retrieve that
What do you want to
name.
achieve by this?
To In the logger, I want to mention login has been clicked. So I want to provide that name again, retrieve that name.
Maybe I could not able to get your exact requirement. Have you watched my
Okay.
logging videos?
No, sir, not yet.
Please just watch it once.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch it in 2x speed. Since you already know the concept of logging, you need not to watch
Mm-hmm.
from the scratch because you know the fund of logging.
Yeah. No, sir. We are getting the see element when we are define the element.
Hmm.
Element dot click operation and select by and all those things we are getting, right.
Correct.
So if I want to retrieve that name of the element, like a login and all those things, the whatever the variable name I have provided,
Hmm.
that name how I can retrieve back, sir?
Maybe the dynamic and the static projection. Or you do one
Okay.
thing, just send me the zip file of that particular file. Let me see what exactly it is. What
Okay.
you're
Okay.
trying to achieve with that.
I will ping the statement here, sir. You can get it.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Apart from Grish, anything, sir? I saw the, what is that? Add the fast track batch is free. So it is complete track batch is free. It is Java part, Java refresher part. Before the actual Spring Boot batch, someone want to refresh their Java because all of you have by now have understood that Java is so important for the Spring, right? So it is like a kind of Java refresher batch for 2 days. I'm taking free classes in coming Saturday and Sunday, guys. Those who want to refresh their Java, coming Saturday and Sunday, I'm taking free classes 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for 2 continuous days. Entire day free classes, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Entire Java will be taught free. Please refer to your friends also. It should work, Anil. Just give a try once and see. Because alias you are adding, right? Guys, you can refer your friends also. Those who want to refresh their Java, free classes are available in coming Saturday and Sunday. If it is working for SQL normal query, it should work here also. Logging repository is what you're talking about. Yes, you have to register Shiba. It's the course is available in your dashboard Telesco page in Telesco website. You can log into that so that you can get the class links and all of that. But you need not to pay anything. It's free for everyone. You can refer your friends also. It's free for all. Fast track Java. It's available in the Telesco starting only. First page only it is available. You can refer your friends, those who want to refresh their Java in this particular weekend, over one weekend, they can do that. Okay. What is that? And you call now function in the query. Do we need to add from clause to call the functions? Yes, directly you cannot say now. Find by XPath. Okay, name is login. Okay, great. And private select web element login button. Okay, got it. In the above login button is variable name, right? Yep, it's correct. Huh. How can I get it? That means you want to get the data for that particular variable. Hmm. What are you trying to say? Find by, that annotation is correct. XPath correct. Name is login correct. Private static web element login button you have told correct. And in above login button is a variable correct. And how can I get that name? Do you know the concept of reflection API, Girish? Do you know the concept of reflection API? Through this, you can get it. I mean, can we write select dot now? Where is that application? Let me open this application repository. You're trying to say that you're trying this. I need not write select. It is native SQL query. Anil. Huh. It is native SQL query. You are telling from dual, if I skip, what will happen is right. Okay, not understood the reflection API fully. By making use of reflection API, you can get that. Okay. Uh, Maybe I will just try to give you the solution, Girish, for that. Using the reflection API, you can just say get class, get the details, and from there you can get the name of it. What exactly there is a data inside that particular variable. You can get it. Like the way we have done for the annotation class. Hmm. You are trying, let's skip this and run the query. I would like to save this. Right click, run as. It is giving you the same. The dual is like it used to specify that for Oracle or MySQL, these databases you can work with. That's it. Hmm. It is like optional, especially that you want to work with directly database, and if there is no table name is there or not, doesn't matter. In that case, that can be used. Anything else, my dear friends? Tomorrow, Mongo repository will explore, and if after the Mongo repository, if time permits, I'll explain how to store, how to work with date and time and image or such type of data. And maybe day after tomorrow might extend the same discussion. If not, we are going to start with the other topics. Okay. Cat name from the domestic cat. cat where cat name like free. You can give no problem. Whatever within the string, if the name is matching, you can. Yeah, you can. But first you have to specify that cat as alias. Only then. Joins in JPA. Custom query also you can write. Or we have a concept called as association, mapping, one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. Similar, it works in Hibernate also. Do watch in Hibernate. I have taken some fundamentals there. Watch the 2-3 videos. Maybe at the end of this class, this batch, at last, I will discuss 2 applications on association also, Akash, with DataJPA. Because it works same as Hibernate. Here I will do with the DataJPA also. Okay. Annotations are going to remain same, whether it is Hibernate or whether it is a JPA, because both of them comes from the same family. All right, guys, that's all. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. We shall meet again tomorrow, exactly at 7 a.m. and continue the journey of Spring Data. Thank you, everyone, for joining me in today's class. Let's meet tomorrow exactly at 7 a.m.